So then there was a time when I was checking almost all of like the lower sort of boards, and then I started check raising a bunch.
Mhm.
Doug did the same, but I took it like I took this quite far, and like no one had done that yet.
Yeah.
The sauce would raise like a little bit, but I was like, fuck it. Like they're just gonna think I'm fucked and bet, so I'm just gonna like check raise to like the house, and that was like a good that lasted like a good 3 to 6 months, and that was like a really good 3 to 6 months. It's like one of those.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit harder to find those, like, population or pool exploits now that there's, like, a
Yeah.
wider array of study tools, but when you
Mhm.
find something that, like, because I imagine people were probably betting too aggressively in position, and once they were betting too aggressively, like, way over folding against the
Yep.
amount of
It
aggression
was
you
like
were
it was
with.
like a weird combination of like way over folding, kind of getting a sense that like I was being aggressive, and then sort of like overplaying a hand. Like I specifically remember, God, I can't remember the guy's name. He was a legend. Like he played so much heads up, but he three bet and then bet shoved like ace 7 on 7-4-2 or something. And I just had jacks. And I don't know, maybe you should do that with like a solver. I just remember thinking like I'm gonna have so many of like the 8 through. Oh, we got a big pot here. Do you know what the action is this one?
Yeah, 3-bet, check, check, flop, check, call turn.
Yeah, I mean Negreanu loves checking flush draws. He'll probably have Jack 10 as well. Um, two pair. Wow. I'm gonna guess Doug has. I don't know. What do you think, Doug? What do you think Doug called down with here?
Probably an ace.
An ace,
Maybe, like, king, queen with a heart sort of thing.
king, queen, queen, jack with a yeah. I don't know. We'll never
The
know.
6 seems like a sort of bad river, but
The 6.
yeah, I mean, any card that completes, like, the wraparound straight draws on the turn seems
I get yeah,
not
because like I guess
terribly out of position.
that's what he's bluffing with, right? Like I guess like what does he have? All right, so we've been cooking now for a little while. We got some views built up. So I have after the last stream, I've come to learn that a number of players, a number of people will know who we are, but a number won't. So let's start out with a proper introduction. So this is Andrew Lucky Chewy Lichtenberger, who has been playing poker. How many years have you been playing poker, Chewy?
Mm, 15 probably?
Has been playing poker for 15 years. Oh, we got a big pot here. Looks like,
I think this just checked down to the river and I went over bet check raise.
let's see.
Wow.
King, queen, 3 rainbow, check, check, turn 4, check, check, reduce, check, overbet, check, raise huge. And yep, ace 5 is good.
I think it's one of those things where, like, if you can make it work, it's awesome. Takes some time maybe to kind of get your footing with it
Nope,
because
all in. 10 on the flop, no spade, no queen. Back it up motherfucking truck, baby.
yeah, that's a stack.
Maybe. Doug
Because, like, any
bombs.
gutter hand isn't folding the turn, right? For the
Yeah.
20% lead.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
we'll don't know. We don't see. Yeah, we know no one's cards. So like, meh. could,
yeah, yeah. There
everyone
is.
could have played their hand good, or like everyone's just like a giant whale.
Yeah.
Looks like around you tripled on the right. Triple betting and just betting the turn there does signify like for sure better than one pair hand. And then we have a 3-bet small bet on monotone board. So don't know too much about sort of where Negreanu's range is at on this one yet. This hand gets a lot more interesting on the turn. Where he's
This
sort of
is the 7-3 deuce you're talking about?
sorry?
You're talking about the 7-3 deuce board?
7-3. So now that he's bet,
Yeah.
he's generally going to be sort of like on the more polar side. Not the best card for Doug. Like, yeah, maybe some ace-4 combos, but none of his clubs improved, and maybe he had 2 clubs that are set to begin with. But yeah, now that's actually a couple 4s for Doug, couple like 6s, 7-6 type stuff for Doug. Negreanu's not thrilled with a lot of his 1 pairs, but can certainly have a number of flushes. All in. Wow. Whoa. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow. Doug got very, very unlucky. So Doug had
Yeah.
turned the nut straight, and then Negreanu really had 2 outs.
Yeah, it's basically a two-outer.
Uh,
Although, uh,
he could have
if a
won the well, no, just
if a club came,
it would yeah, 6 of clubs.
presumably he had one of the better hands to follow through with.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I meant to stack it, but yeah, sure. We
Right,
would've
right, right. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm thinking to just win the pot, but yeah, the stack, that was two-outer.
Doug overbet, it's the 150. Yeah, that makes sense. The queen 9. Queen 9 2. 2 is a complete brick, you can really attack.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think anytime you have like the kind of top pair over pair advantage on the turn, like doesn't complete the straight and brings a flush draw, or is just a brick and there was a flush draw on the flop or whatever, the imposition uses a lot of overbets.
this looks like I'm gonna guess a pretty good board for Doug. I think just like a lot of Negreanu's unpaired hands are
Yeah,
still unpaired, and that's not where you want to be. So I'm gonna expect a very small bet out of Doug here quite often. Nope.
yeah. I don't think it's a range bet necessarily,
Is it?
but
I imagine you're still betting more than half your hands.
yeah, I would say so.
Turn 6, 10 nines is there. Negreanu's just all in.
He is all in.
He's got a pair or a draw. Doug's got nothing or something. And looks like Doug's got a little something because Doug's in the tank here. Or he's just really balancing out his full timing. Oh, oh, Doug got him good. Oh, man.
Yeah,
Doug got
that
him
makes a
really
lot of
good.
sense.
From Doug?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Um.
I mean, yeah, he roasts Queen 10, but like there's very few heart combos, and Negreanu has, I don't know, 9-8 or 9-7, whatever. Like Doug is completely cooked. Not completely because he's 5, but not amazing.
Oh,
All right, here Negreanu 3-bets. Jack 10-8. A lot going on this board. Checks over to Doug. Doug goes for a very small size. Call, nothing happens on the turn.
there is a lot going on this board. That's true.
And now, I mean, we're likely going to see, 10K or check out of Doug. We'll see. I don't know. Negreanu in a tank. Maybe this is a lead. No.
No,
He
I don't think.
checks sort of as expected. Yep. Bombs away from Doug. And this is this is like another pure like Doug has it or he doesn't, and Negreanu's got nothing or like a little something. Probably. Probably.
Yeah.
Negreanu calls king on the river.
It's a pretty interesting card.
Don't know if Negreanu ever has kings. Guess he could. Kings and king jacks get there. Kings and king jack got there.
King, I feel like should just be check raising all in turn a lot.
Well, we're gonna find out. He checks ace queen from the ground. Now he probably just folds the turn unless he has diamonds. So
I
probably
think
not going
ace
to
queen
slow down Doug's value bets. I don't know if he doesn't really love the king. He doesn't ever make anything other than a ace queen very occasionally. No, we're all in. Oh, whoa.
That's spicy.
That is what you call a bad beat.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you think of Negreanu's turn play there?
I think he has to call. It's like
Really?
none of. Actually, I wouldn't say none, but most of Doug's bluffs are going to just be worse hands that they probably follow through on a lot of blank rivers, but it feels like your hand's just too good to fold.
I'm not I know more about the PLO solver than I do about the no limit solver. But,
Yeah. All right, we're off.
We're off. All right. I'm gonna answer a couple questions. Dan Gendelman, does Doug consider what happens on one table versus the other? Absolutely not. He never does. He just plays each hand independent of one another. How does Doug stay motivated for this? How can he continue to stay motivated through potential 25K hands? several trucks, bring trucks full of money. And is this fun for Doug or is it a grind? It's more of a grind, but it's weird. It's like Doug kind of likes the grind, but wouldn't do it if there wasn't a like giant pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. So yeah, it is. It's kind of it's a job. It's like a hardcore. Oh, we got a big pot here. It is for sure a pretty hardcore job. Let's take a look at this one.
Yeah, what happened on the earlier streets there? I missed that.
I'm gonna guess he just bet. Yeah, Negreanu flops a straight, checks back the straight, turns the deuce. Doug leads. River's nine of clubs. Doug bets again. Negreanu raises, and
Wait, he checked back flop with the
he checked
straight? I
back
thought
and
he
flopped
turned
the
the straight.
straight. Yes, you heard that correctly.
The flop was deuce 3-6, huh? Are
Yeah.
you sure? That's crazy.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And
that's the thing is that like here. Let me ask you this question. So the way that basically everybody does it is they have their range for one side of the spot. Like they have their 3-bet range, and then they have their call 3-bet range. And when they run sims, they run it their range versus their range, right?
yeah.
Normal, like but that's not your opponent. Oh, we got a spot here. All right, so 10-8-7 flush draw, 3-bet pot. Ronnie goes for the check raise, induces Doug's small bet, raises it up. Turn 3, bring in spades.
This is pretty similar to the last one. It's actually just like one rank lower on every card. No. Okay, it's a little bit different, but
Close-ish. Doug gets king 10. Negreanu has aces. Aces are good. King 10 is not, unfortunately.
yeah, it feels like without the diamond or the spade with the kicker, it's probably pretty tough to fold there.
Yeah, I don't think you can. Yeah, I just don't think you can do anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely know a number of guys that came to Vegas to play. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Jersey was even crazier. I mean, there's so many people that live like within an hour of Jersey that would be super gung ho to play. So yeah, unsurprising. 8-5-2. Doug bet the flop, turn king. To be generally pretty good for his range. I think the king's like good. I think like queen, jack, and 10 are like amazing.
Yeah, I agree. Because a lot of the king highs aren't betting flop as often.
Right, and Negreanu will call with some of them.
Right.
River 7, some stuff gets in. Doug could have a straight here. Could also have 2 pair. Every once in a while, 3-7. Unusual. He's in the tank thinking about raising. He raises it up. Daniel could also have straight. Daniel has a set. Tricky choppy there. Doug River 2 pair went for the raise, and yeah, it's like a cooler. Don't really think that Daniel can bet 3-bet the river.
Yeah, it's such a fine line, like playing heads up and like making those like high variance, but also like high EV plays if done well. And if you just do it too much, you're just you're done so.
Sure. By the way, Jimmy, I don't know if you have to be on this Discord. I have some GTO that having more people on Discord call possibly hurts the quality. I don't know if it's necessary that you are on the call, but I figured I'd just put that out there. We have no choice. Yeah, of course. Have you gotten must? Oh, we got a pot. What's going on? This is just 3-bet. All right, 3-bet C-bet 9-5-4, which we've talked about. Board where you just sort of bomb the flop and then just sort of like, if you don't have it, just decide how much you really want to go for on the turn. Negreanu still wants to go for it. That's really small. What do you think about that turn bet?
I can see it. I think there's definitely some non-all-in betting, that's for sure. I don't know about if you want to go that small necessarily, but I could see it.
River Queen, very bad river for Doug. Don't really matter to him having too many queens. Oh, not really going to matter. Daniel has aces. Doug has top pair. Aces are good.
Yeah.
Now, like in retrospect, it's so clear that it was like unreal. All right, we got another. Looks like a bet check back, raise river line from Doug. Maybe Negreanu probed. Oh, Doug is just one shy here. Let's see.
I mean, credit to Negreanu where it's due. Like he's definitely, you know, gotten the value that his hands deserve. But he has like had Doug pipped in like a bunch of big spots.
Yeah, I mean,
Two straight over straights and 3-bet pots is definitely
right. I
pain.
mean, yeah, that's tough. And we just so that was a probe and barrel. So this one with the fives.
Oh, that was a good line.
Let's see, raise call, check bet call, check check.
That was well
Bet.
played.
Hang on. We just check it. Okay, yeah, check bet, check raise river. Yeah, yeah. That is absolutely the way to play that hand. So these guys, oh, this is it. They're at 2 hours now. Negreanu has been quitting every time on the dot, but he's still playing. He's running really good. Will he keep going?
There's one
Nope.
set
Nope. He is out. Hit and running Doug. Guys, if you want Doug to come on after the stream and talk about what it feels like to lose $170,000 to a live tournament pro playing Heads Up No Limit, tweet as many pictures of Brinks trucks at Doug as humanly possible. And if you give him enough energy, we probably can get him on here to see a little devastation.